Welcome to today's military style fitness challenge. Today's theme is Army. We're going to be starting off this with a little bit of a warm-up, go into a strength circuit, some conditioning, a little bit of endurance, and then end with a cool down. Let's break down those movements. Starting off with our warm-up, we're going to start with some band work. Now, if you don't have a band, you can still do these movements bandless or with a towel, but a band is preferable. So plant the stance, set the shoulders, engage our core slightly. First one's just going to be up and over as we drive those arms up, controlling down, stretching out the arms, putting a little bit of tension on the shoulders. Do this for about 30 seconds or so. We're then going to be thumbs away, squeeze the band, driving those arms apart for a light hold, controlling back. Keep an emphasis on keeping the elbows still as we drive the hands themselves out and away. Excellent. Those are going to be the two main movements for our band work for part of that warm-up, more so for the shoulders. For our legs, we're going to be going into some high knees as we either can, one, march in place, or drive those legs up from one side to the other. Then we can go into some light shoulder rolls, both directions, arm circles, gradually getting those a little bit wider. Leg swings, if you have a partner, you can hold on to them or hold on to the wall with both legs. Following that, we're ready to go into our strength circuit. So for the strength circuit, it's going to start off by 3 sets of 8 repetitions for a deadlift. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the deadlift, it's okay to take this closer to body weight, light dumbbells. If you are familiar and comfortable, you can take this closer to 60 to 75% of your 1 rep max if you know that. For the deadlift exercise, we'll be needing dumbbells of some capacity or weight, whether it is milk jugs, cans, just to kind of get into the movement itself. Plant your nice neutral stance, set the shoulders, brace the core. We're going to start by bringing those hands down, pushing our hips back, keeping our hands right around the length of our knees as then we push up through the hips and stand. Control back down and press back up. Slowly coming down, exhale as we push. Those are for our deadlifts, weighted deadlifts. After that, you're going to be going into a max hand release push-up. So 3 rounds of max hand release push-up of how many you can get in 1 minute. 2 minutes. So for that, we're going to go down to the ground. Now, you can be on your knees or toes for this style. I'll demonstrate the modified knee version here. Set the shoulders, brace the core for the hand release push-up. I control down, I go out, tap, in, and push back up. So I'm tapping those hands out and pressing back up. That's going to be our hand release push-up. If we want unmodified, we can hop up onto the toes, control down, hands out, and back. How many max push-ups can we get in 2 minutes performing that? We're going to go through 3 times through for those, and then we're going to transition into our conditioning circuit. For the conditioning circuit, you're going to rest for 2 minutes after each time we go through this. Do this from 2 to 3 times. You're going to start off, the theme of this is a sprint, drag, and carry. So first, starting off with the sprint, 25-meter sprint. That's going to go into a 25-meter backwards drag. For those, if you do have a sled or a sandbag, something that you can drag on some sort of rope to then shuffle, that would be great. If not, we're just going to do a lateral shuffle instead. So for that, you're just going to set the shoulders, brace the core, push those hips slightly back, as then we are reaching back with our legs, shuffling backwards. That's going to go into a lateral shuffle. So we're kind of doing circuits back and forth here. Sprint, backwards drag, lateral shuffle. Similar to that backward shuffle, if we do need to modify for a drag, which the drag form looks very similar, but set the shoulders, engage our core, push those hips back, and we are sidestepping or laterally shuffling from one side of that 25-meter spot to the other. That can be done outside, that can be done inside. If we don't have a full 25 meters to work with, we can cut that in half and do a couple back and forths of each one of those rotations. That's then going to go into a carry. You're going to be using dumbbells or kettlebells here. Again, if we don't have any of those at home or any equipment to work with, we can grab some similarly weighted object in both hands, And then for this, set the shoulders, brace the core as we are going into that carry. We are carrying this for 25 meters. Really make sure we're keeping the chest up while the core remains engaged. After that, we go into a 25-meter sprint, ending out that sprint carry drag, sprint drag carry circuit, excuse me. And then we're gonna do this, rest for 2 minutes, repeat 2 or 3 times. After that, you're gonna go into a 2-mile run. This can be a walk, a jog, a run. This is really a grand finisher to the military-themed fitness challenges as a whole. After that, we're gonna go into some cool down stretching of 3 to 5 minutes. Now, we've done a lot of leg-based movements, so we're gonna be starting there. Start our way out with a wide stance. Deep inhale as the arms come up. Exhale for forward fold. We are hanging out here for a little bit, relaxing through the shoulders. Keep those legs straight. We're gonna reach hands over to one side, put a little bit of extra emphasis into reaching down through that hamstring. Switch sides. You're gonna hold these positions for 20 to 45 seconds before we switch sides. Do that 3 to 4 times. Roll our way back up. For a little bit of a quad stretch, feel free to grab hold of something as then we elevate the back leg and engage our core, brace that core to stretch or really elongate the quad. Holding here upwards of 45 to 60 seconds. Switching sides. For a little bit of an upper body stretch, we're gonna interlace our fingers, push our palms and shoulder blades away, bring our head down in between our elbows. Hold here again for 30 to 60 seconds. Interlace fingers behind our back then, retract our shoulder blades, pull the hands down, opening up our chest and shoulders. That is going to fully conclude the Army military themed fitness challenge. With that, that's going to conclude your entire program. Thank you much for joining, and please reach out if you have any other questions. Have a great rest of your day.